Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking the, frankly, staggering financial empire of Virat Kohli, often called the king of cricket.
Yeah, King Kohli.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're looking beyond just the on-field brilliance. We're diving into the, let's say, strategic genius that's made him a global business magnate.
It really is a masterclass in leveraging talent, isn't it? As of mid-2025, his estimated net worth, it's standing at over 1,050 crore.
Wow.
Which is roughly, $125 million USD? It puts him right up there, one of the wealthiest athletes globally.
Right.
And like you said, it's way more than just what he earns, with a bat in hand.
So our mission today really is to pull back the curtain on how he actually built this immense wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find it's a story of, multiple income streams, really smart financial moves, incredible brand building, and a genuine entrepreneurial drive, stuff that goes way beyond sports.
Absolutely.
We think we'll uncover some pretty surprising insights into how you actually build a global empire like that.
And what's fascinating, I think, is how his performance on the field, his consistency, that really forms the bedrock. It's a starting point for everything else that follows.
Okay.
I mean, his relentless excellence, it didn't just earn him match fees. It built this aura of peak performance, reliability.
Yeah, that makes sense. Trust.
Exactly. That trust, that became his most valuable currency, really. It allowed brands to kind of hitch their wagon to a guaranteed winner.
And I guess that consistency is what makes him so attractive for those, long-term deals.
Precisely.
So, okay, let's start there then. The foundation. His cricket earnings.
Yeah.
As an A-plus grade player with the BCCI, that's the Board of Control for Cricket in India.
Right.
He gets an annual retainer.
Yeah.
It's about 7 crore.
Yeah, approximately 7 crore, which is around $840,000 USD. That's a pretty significant base to start from.
Definitely.
And then you've got to add his match fees on top of that.
Right, the per match earnings.
Yeah. So for test matches, the long format, multi-day games, he earns 15 lakh per match. That's roughly $18,000 USD.
Okay.
For the one-day internationals, the ODIs, it's 6 lakh, about $7,200 USD.
Mm-hmm.
And for the T20 internationals, the really fast-paced ones, it's 3 lakh, so around $3,600 USD per match.
And given how often he plays for India.
Exactly. They accumulate pretty quickly, especially since he's almost always in the national team across all formats.
Okay, so that's the national duty side, but then there's the IPL. The Indian Premier League, that's a huge spectacle and a massive earner.
Oh, absolutely. And Kohli's been with Royal Challengers, Bengaluru, RCB, basically forever, since the start.
Synonymous with him, really.
Totally. And for the 2025 season, reports say he's earning a hefty euro 1 crore.
21 crore, so about $2.5 million USD.
Yeah, $2.52 million USD, roughly. Makes him one of the highest paid players in the whole league.
And that's just one season, if you look back.
Right. His total IPL earnings just from playing since 2008, they've already gone past 212 crore.
That's over $25 million USD just from the IPL salary over the years.
It's from the IPL salary. So if you kind of zoom out, his annual income just from cricket combined with the BCCI contract and the IPL salary.
Yeah.
It's estimated somewhere around, let's say, 23 to 25 crore per year.
So about $2.7 to $3 million USD annually from playing.
Correct. Which is, substantial money.
Of course.
But, and this is the kicker, those cricket earnings, they're honestly dwarfed by what happens when King Kohli steps off the pitch.
Right. The endorsement empire.
That's where the really big numbers come in.
Yeah, this is where it gets kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? This is easily the largest slice of his income pie.
By far.
His popularity, his global reach. It's attracted, over 30 brands?
Over 30, yeah. Makes him one of the most sought-after brand ambassadors, anywhere, really.
So what are we talking annually from endorsements?
The estimates put it somewhere between 175 crore and 200 crore.
Wow. Okay, so that's $21 to $24 million USD.
Per year.
Just from endorsements?
That's just endorsements. Yeah, see, it makes the cricket salary look almost modest in comparison.
It really does. Okay, let's break down some of those key deals. The Puma one was massive, right?
Huge. A long-term deal, initially worth over 100 crore, so $12 million USD.
And even though he's recently shifted focus, partnering with Agilitas Sports as a co-creator.
Right. That initial Puma association was absolutely monumental. It really cemented his brand power globally.
Okay. And then the bat sponsorship, that sticker you always see.
MRF Tires, another big one. That's reportedly worth 100 crore over 8 years.
So about 12.5 crore a year.
Yeah.
or $1.5 million USD annually, just for the bat sticker?
Just for the bat sticker,
Okay.
yeah. And then there's Audi India reports say over 5 crore annually from them, about $600,000 USD.
And the list goes on, right? There are so many others.
Oh, absolutely. A really diverse mix, too. You've got Myntra, Boost, Nestle, Hero Motocorp, Flipkart, Noise, Blue Star,
Mobile Premier League, Tootsie?
Blue Tribe, Himalaya, Valini, Uber. I mean, it's a long list.
It really is. So what makes him such a powerful brand magnet?
Well, I think it raises a good point. In today's world, celebrity endorsements can be, a bit risky sometimes.
True.
But Kohli has this meticulously maintained, clean image. Combine that with his consistent high performance, his global appeal. It offers brands this incredible safety net, plus huge reach.
So less reputational risk for the company.
Exactly. Which means he can command top dollar and partner with all sorts of diverse mainstream brands without much reservation from their side.
Makes sense. His brand value just consistently stays right at the top among Indian celebs.
Yep, confirms his status as a genuine commercial powerhouse.
Okay, so his strategic thinking, it clearly doesn't stop with just lending his face or name to products.
Not at all.
Beyond the boundary, as they say, he's shown a real flair for, well, building businesses and making pretty smart investments.
Yeah, this is where you see his actual business brain at work, a really proactive approach to strategic diversification.
So these ventures, how much do they add to the pot annually?
Estimates are around 30 to 40 crore per year from these ventures, so about $3.6 to $4.8 million USD.
And he's not just like licensing his name out.
No, not always. He's building actual equity in many cases. Take his own lifestyle brand, 1-8.
Right. Launched with Puma initially, now with Agilitas Sports.
Exactly. And that's not just a simple licensing deal. It's a strategic move to build equity or his own stake in a brand that directly reflects his own persona.
So it extends his influence, his earning potential, long after he stops playing.
Precisely. It diversifies his income away from just being a celebrity face. It's about ownership.
Smart. And he also co-founded Rajan, the fashion label.
Yeah, WR Gen, that popular youth fashion brand. And then reflecting his whole fitness thing, he has Chisel Fitness.
A chain of gyms.
Premium fitness centers, yeah. It shows he's investing in areas that actually align with his personal brand and values. It feels authentic.
Right.
And he's also dipped his toes into sports ownership. He's got stakes in FC Goa, the football team in the Indian Super League. Yeah. The UAE Royals in the International Premier Tennis League. And the Bengaluru Yodas in the Pro Wrestling League.
Interesting mix. And the restaurant.
Oh yeah, Noiva, that fine dining place in New Delhi.
Got it. Well, what about his startup investments? Those seem quite insightful.
They really do. His early investment in Go Digit General Insurance, for instance, that turned out very well, I believe.
Right.
It shows a keen eye for high-growth tech ventures, stuff completely outside his usual sphere. It demonstrates smart portfolio diversification, moving beyond businesses he has to actively manage day to day.
So passive, but potentially high return investment.
Exactly. He's also put money into Rage Coffee, Blue Tribe, that's a plant-based meats startup,
Interesting.
Sports Convo, which is a UK-based social media platform, and Hyperice, the wellness tech company.
So these ventures really paint a picture of someone thinking long term, huh? Building an empire way beyond his cricket career.
Absolutely. It's about creating a lasting legacy, diversifying his wealth so it keeps growing. It's very forward-thinking.
Okay, and finally, let's just touch on the tangible assets, the things that sort of physically represent this huge wealth.
Right. And these aren't just, status symbols. They're significant assets in his overall portfolio. Probably chosen strategically for market value, potential appreciation.
Wealth preservation too, I guess.
Exactly. A diversified approach there as well. So he's got that huge, sprawling mansion in Gurgaon, 10,000 square feet.
Yeah, valued around 80 crore, which is about $9.6 million USD.
And then the Mumbai place. Luxurious apartment in Worli, sea-facing, 7,000 square feet.
Worth around 34 crore, roughly $4.1 million USD.
Plus that lavish holiday villa out in Alibag, valued at 32 crore, or about 3.8 million USD.
Okay, yeah. These properties alone give you a sense of the scale of wealth we're talking about, built up from all those different income streams.
Definitely. And of course, you've got the car collection to match.
Naturally.
High-end stuff. Lamborghini Huracan, Porsche 911, a Bentley Continental GT, Bentley Flying Spur, various Audis. The usual suspects for someone at that level.
It certainly showcases the culmination of all that financial success.
It does.
So, wrapping this up, as you can clearly see, Virat Kohli's journey, it's just this powerful example of combining amazing talent with, well, really astute financial strategy and meticulous brand building.
Absolutely. He's taken that on-field brilliance and just transformed it into this diversified, lasting financial empire, something that goes way beyond his playing days.
It really does redefine what it means to be a modern athlete, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah.
So what does this all mean for you listening in? Maybe consider how modern athletes, people like Virat Kohli, are really changing the game, redefining success by turning their natural abilities into these diverse, long-lasting financial empires. What lessons can maybe we all draw from that about leveraging your own personal brand, whatever that might be, and making smart investments for long-term impact, even if you're nowhere near the world of professional sports?
Yeah, something to think about.
Definitely something to think about until our next deep dive.